Welcome everybody to my channel. I talk about finance topics, and if you found the channel, kudos to you. You're probably interested in similar subjects, and we're all learning together in the spirit of teaching each other. So today I kind of wanted to talk about automating your savings plan and give some examples of what I did in my life and how that helped me. And I'm an engineer. I work for a defense contractor, and the uh, the pay, we get paid every 2 weeks. It's just an auto deposit thing, and you can split your payment up into multiple places. And I think I would typically have about 4 different spots that I would move the money that I would earn each week. And so this is how I kind of set it up. I had a set amount that would go to my wife each each pay period. I think it had been about $450 for a long time. So every month that turns out to be about $900. I know inflation has happened more recently, so that may not still be a good number, but basically she would get a set amount, and then that was the amount that we spent on food each month. And so I'd put it into a credit union that she had, checking account, and her credit card would come get paid out of that account. And she kind of basically knew, hey, here's the set amount that we need. If we ever needed extra funds, I could always transfer a few more things to her. But it was good in that sense that, hey, here's the amount that we're going to spend, stay within this. And then uh, she would kind of play games with it too. She was interested in doing some charitable work, and if she ended up not using all of that in the year, she'd take the extra amount and donate it to the children's hospital, or I don't know, whatever other charity she was interested in. And I was fine with that. It kind of gave her an incentive to be frugal and keep within budgets. And so that was kind of the way we did the family food and that sort of thing. Then I would peel off another portion of it that would go to a local credit union that had a bill pay system that I liked, and the checking account. And I would basically pay the utilities and any house expenses from that. Eventually, so I used the Fidelity system, and Fidelity now has bill pay that you can use from your core account, which I've done a bit more, but in the past I just used a credit union to do that. And so a portion of my account would go there. I can't remember what it was, if it was like $300 a pay period or something different, but I would pay the gas bill from that, and the waste, the electricity, all of that would come out of the local credit union. I think I had a small portion that was going to a different brokerage house or another credit union as kind of a longer term savings that I was slowly building up. It was just tiny, but then the bulk of it would get deposited into my brokerage account at Fidelity. And one of the reasons why I like Fidelity so much is that your core account can be set up as a money market account, and you get a much higher interest rate than you would if you're with a bank. And so if you don't know about that, this is a great system. Get yourself a Fidelity brokerage account. Any money in the core account earns about 4% right now, and that's typically much higher than what you're going to get with a credit union or a bank. So it's a great way of just making a return on the funds that you have. So that's kind of how my paycheck would get auto deposited. I guess there was other places that the funds went. The healthcare was automatically withdrawn from the paycheck as part of the overall health coverage. We did flexible spending accounts sometimes, or when the HSA program got put in place, I fully funded the HSA. So some of the funds would go there. And if you have the ability to do an HSA, that is one of the best retirement funds you could possibly ever get. So learn about HSAs, those are awesome. Also, I would deposit into my 401k from this paycheck automatically each month. I made sure I was always contributing at least the minimum that my company would match. So that's 100% gain on your funds, so don't miss out on that. But then I would also kind of increase my savings into my 401k, and particularly if I was getting into a higher tax bracket, I would kind of have an idea of where that was going to happen, and I would try to save more into the 401k plan if I knew I was going to be in a higher tax bracket. I didn't want to pay more, so I would automatically save more of my paycheck as the raises went up and I got into these higher brackets. And definitely don't want to pay more than you need to. So So that's kind of, automatically every paycheck you'd pay your FICA, you withhold for federal and state. I guess I had lowered the amount of my federal and state withholding so that it would about match what where I would be tax wise at the end of the season. I do not want to overpay because that's just a free payment to the government. So kind of watch that. Make sure you contribute to your HSA and your 401k, get your company match. Um, and then the rest of it, the remainder would just automatically go into my brokerage account, which gave me funds to invest. I also got a Fidelity credit card for myself. So my card would get auto paid through directly from my core account at Fidelity. I like their 2% cashback credit card. It's kind of nice, use that. Like I love paying for my insurance from that credit card because insurance is so expensive nowadays. I love just knowing that, hey, I'm at least getting 2% back by swiping my credit card instead of writing a check for that. So I could easily keep track of my expenditures. My credit card would show up on my investment page, paycheck would go in, and it kind of gave me an idea. Hey, I know about how much I can invest each paycheck. And once the funds went in, they were just in the core account. I always typically like to keep some cash value, cash benefit for kind of an emergency fund or a slush fund. Um, I always felt uncomfortable if I had less than $10,000 available in that account, but anything above that, that was free to invest. So kind of setting up this automatic plan, just every paycheck would put more funds into my investment account. And then once that was there, I could buy stocks with it or just leave it in the money market and earn money market rates or whatever. But setting up an automatic plan for where your money goes kind of forces you to save and invest, kind of forces you to stick to a budget. And if you've got a goal of investing, seeing your balances go up is a great thing, and it's a lot of fun, and kind of makes it so you don't want to spend because you like to see your investment balances go up. And so that's kind of things that I did that helped set up my own financial system. It worked for me. Over the years, I was able to accumulate more and more in my investment accounts, and just getting these auto things set up is good. We never really had a budget per se. The thing with my wife kind of created a pseudo budget. Excuse me. We kind of just loosely lived to that. We always just made sure that we lived beneath what we were spending. We didn't, kind of increase our lifestyle as the paychecks continued to go up. We just had more funds to invest. We have never carried credit card balances. We always pay those off every month. So that's been a huge contributor to our overall financial success. Um, but just always tried to live beneath our means, always have money left over so that we could invest, pay off debt as quickly as we could. And that kind of sped our way towards financial independence. So I'm curious, do you guys have a system that you've set up? Do you like the auto deposits into multiple places, or share below what things you've done in life that have helped you, and we'll kind of all learn and grow together in this YouTube community. So like, subscribe. Again, lots of finance topics that I'm interested in. I'm kind of sharing what I've learned, my own experiences, and wish you well. We'll see you. Bye.